APIs. Now, to start using the Cashwyre APIs, one of the first things you need to do is to register, just like we said. And registration is very, very straightforward as a business. So just need to go to cashwyre.com or .io/business, right? Then click on the Get Started and then register. Provide your valid business information and then register. It's a very straightforward process. After registration, you need to complete your KYC process. That takes 2 to 5 minutes to complete. And after which you can now start using the Cashwyre APIs, right? So you can log in on the business portal. Everything you can do with the business APIs, in the Cashwyre business APIs, you can as well do on the business portal, right? So yeah, so we'll go straight to the APIs proper. To use the Cashwyre APIs, like we said, you need to be registered as a business. And to register as a business, just to cashwyre.com, cashwyre.com or .io, any of them, and then click on the business tab, right? Once you do that, you just click on the Get Started button. It's just at the top. Click on that. It takes you to the registration page where you can now register your business, right? You must provide your valid information. After registration, you need to complete your KYB process or KYC process. It takes 2 to 5 minutes to complete. So once that has been completed, you can begin your process, right? Automatically upon registration, you're given a Bitcoin wallet, a USD wallet, and a local currency wallet, depending on where you're registering from. So if you're Nigerian, you'll be a Naira wallet will be created for you as a business. If you're from Ghana, your Ghana cedis wallet will be created. So depending on the country you're coming from, the local currency wallets will be created. In addition, you can decide to add other wallets, right? You can decide to add other wallets as you choose. So yeah, this is the business portal. And I want to also let us know that whatever you can do through the API, that you are doing on business portal. So if you're not a technical person or you don't have an engineer in your team, you can use the business portal to perform your transactions or your operations. You can create your card, you can create a wallet, you can create payout, you can do collections, you can do bills payments, all from the business portal. Or if you want to build your own white labeled product, your own custom product, you leverage on the APIs. So let's go straight to the APIs. Before you can start accessing any API, like we said, you register, and once you've registered, you'll be given a business code, right? It's just at the top right corner of your page, you'll be given a business code. With your business code, you can make API calls, right? In addition, for authentication, for every API call you make, you must add an authorization header. The authorization header is just a bearer token. And where do you get the secret key? The secret key is gotten from the developer section. Once you go to the developer section, you'll see your API keys, right? So on the API key section, you see where your secret key is. And it's very important to note that this secret key should remain secret. It mustn't be shared with anyone. And from time to time, you can reset the keys and then just to maintain integrity at your end. In case you suspect your keys has been compromised, you can always reset it and then use the new keys. So this key must remain private to you. It must remain private to you. This is the base URL. With the base URL, you append whatever endpoint you're trying to access, right? Again, the keys must be properly supplied. And it is important to note that every API call on Cashwyre is a post request. Is a post action. It's not a get, it's a post. All operations are post action. So yeah, that's it on the authentication. Okay, so going to the next operation, which is the get wallet or get balance. This endpoint is required for you to get your wallet balance dynamically. So you can easily see your wallet balance from the business portal if you don't want to use the API. But the API, like I said, whatever you could do on the business portal, you can do via the API. So on the API, it returns, you can use the get fund wallet account info, that's the name of the endpoint, or get wallet balance info. This endpoint is used to get the wallet account, right? So just supply the information that is being required for your app ID. Your business code is the app ID, and we've shown you where you can get your business code. The request ID is a dynamically generated or randomly generated code or string that must be supplied for every request. So every request you're required to supply a uniquely generated code that will be sent along as the request ID. Your business code, we've already pointed that out. You indicate the currency that you want to fetch the wallet balance for, and also the network, right? So if it's USD, for instance, your USD balance, and as well we'll return the account info so that you can dynamically fund your wallet. And I'll give you a typical use case of how a business is using these endpoints when they want to perform a transaction. Because again, before you can perform any transaction, right, your wallet must be funded, and there are different ways to fund your wallet. You can fund your wallet directly from the business portal. So just go to fund wallet, make a transfer to the account that is generated. If you're funding using Bitcoin, just click on fund wallet. You make a transfer to the Bitcoin address that is generated. For USD, you make a transfer to a crypto wallet is generated for you, and choose any of the networks. Is it USDT on Tron? Is it USDT on BSC? So you can fund your wallet using cryptocurrency. That's one way, right? And again, before you can perform any transaction, right, your wallet must be funded, because your wallet will be debited for that transaction. You can fund your wallet ahead of time, right? Or you can fund your wallet in real time. Like what I was explaining, how a business is using this operation, this endpoint. So they don't do what we call pre-funding, right? They fund in real time. How does it happen? Before a transaction is being done, they get the wallet balance using this endpoint, right? Once the wallet balance is gotten, like we said, we'll return an account info where you can fund. So it can be your Naira wallet, it can be USD wallet, right? So we return the account info that you can fund. So what happens is this: when the account info is returned, they automatically make a transfer, a crypto transfer, because this business is funded through crypto. They make a crypto transfer to that wallet address, right? That will return. And once that transfer is made, Cashwyre sends a webhook notification. We'll talk about the webhook at some point. Cashwyre will send a webhook notification saying a transfer of so amount has been made. So once that webhook request gets to the business, what they do is they now trigger the operation. The service they are using, virtual card service. So again, they make a call to get the wallet balance, and we return the account info that can be funded. They initiate the transfer, crypto transfer to that account info in real time. Once that crypto payment comes in, Cashwyre sends a webhook notification indicating that so amount has come in. So upon getting that webhook notification, the business now triggers the operation for card creation or card top-up. It can also be for transfers. It can also be for any other service. So they are funding in real time. You can decide to fund in real time, or you can decide to pre-funding model, right? So that's the get balance. Okay. The next operation is the currency swap. With the currency swap API, you can initiate swap from one currency to another. So let's say you have funds in USD wallet, can do the swap to your Naira wallet. You can just convert funds or move funds from one wallet to another. That's basically what the currency swap does. It allows you to move funds from one wallet to another. So a business in a fintech in China, for instance, they can fund using Bitcoin, and when they want to initiate a transfer, a Naira transfer, for instance, they do use the currency swap to swap from Bitcoin to Naira, right? And then initiate the transfer. So that's the currency. That's a use case for the currency swap. It's just used to convert one currency from convert funds from one wallet to another. Okay, the rate info endpoint is just used to get the rates for transactions. So again, you just supply the sample payload is here. just supply the basic information, the app ID, request ID, the crypto assets, and also the currency. So it's used to compare it to get rates. So if you want to get Bitcoin, Naira, for instance, what the endpoint does is the endpoint returns the rate information. So it returns the crypto rate info as well as the currency info. So you can use that to perform conversion. So in case you want to do some calculations at your end, this rate info helps you get the rate for transactions, the rate for crypto assets to local currency, or to fiat currency. Okay, so the next operation we're talking about is the crypto Onramp. Basically, what the crypto Onramp is. Crypto Onramp APIs allows you to convert local currency to cryptocurrency. Just helps you buy it helps you build solutions that will allow your customer buy crypto in real time using local currency. It's for example, I have Naira, I want to buy Bitcoin, or I have Naira, I want to buy USDT. So it helps you convert local currency to crypto assets. And how does it work? It's very simple. So many businesses are using this endpoint. I'll give you an example of the kind of solution that they are providing. Right. So your customer comes to your platform. First of all, the first endpoint or the crypto Onramp is the get Onramp quote. What this endpoint does is just to return the fees that is tied to the conversion. So your customer has Naira and they want to buy cryptocurrency. I have 10,000 Naira and I want to know how much BTC I can get with 10,000 Naira. Right? The get Onramp quote returns the amount that my Naira, my local currency, can give me in cryptocurrency. So the request object is very simple, indicates the amount, right, in local currency, the country, the asset you want to purchase, right? Bitcoin in this case, the network, it indicates the network as well. Once the network is indicated, you provide the business code, the app ID, request ID. Like we said, the request ID must be unique for every request. You indicate your reference, your own identifier, your own reference, and then the fee type. For the fee type, default it to receiver, right? Optionally, you can indicate the crypto asset address that the payment should be made to. But this is optional at this point. So once you make this call, right, Cashwyre will now return the amount that the person would receive, payout amount that the person will receive in cryptocurrency. Is the payout amount in cryptocurrency. That is the final amount that the person would receive for that Naira or for that local currency that was indicated, right? Cashwyre also returns the fees, the amounts or the total amount that the customer is expected to pay, right? So like I said, this fee type defaulted to receiver. What this fee type does is this: it helps you dictate who should pay the fee, right? So if the fee type is sender, if the sender is the option for the fee type, you will see the options for fee type is sender or receiver, right? By default, the receiver is used if you did not specify the brand that you supply. So by default, it's recommended you use a receiver. But let me explain what the fee type does. The fee type tells you who should pay the fee. So if the sender is the one paying the fee, what it means is the fee will be added if the customer is doing 5,000 Naira transaction, for instance, 5,000 Naira Onramp transaction, and the fee is 3,000 Naira. The sender paying means the total amount that the sender will need to transfer, will need to pay for the transaction will now be 8,000 Naira because the fee will be added to the Naira amount, right? But if the receiver is the one paying the fee, right, what happens is this: that 3,000 Naira, which is the fee, will be converted to cryptocurrency. You will see the fee in cryptocurrency is stated here, right? We'll convert the fee in cryptocurrency, and then we remove the fee from the total amount the customer is meant to receive. So the sender paying means the Naira fee will be added, the local currency fee will be added to the sender, right? So the sender will be paying above the amount he indicated. But if the receiver is the one paying the fee, the fee will be deducted from the crypto amount that the receiver would get. So that's the explanation on the fee type. So once that is done, once you've gotten the quote, so you're expected as on your own app to display like a summary the transaction to the customer. You can decide to add your mockup, right? You're expected to display the summary, right? So once the summary has been displayed, the confirm endpoint is now used to now acknowledge the transaction. So the customer says, oh, I'm okay with this transaction, proceed. What you need to do is to take a call to the confirm Onramp quotes. And what that endpoint does is, and in confirming it, you need to supply the transaction reference that Cashwyre generates. Cashwyre returns to you. You see the reference, the transaction reference. Cashwyre returns a transaction reference. This reference must be supplied on the transaction reference property. So once that value is supplied, you now indicate the crypto address that the payment should be made to. Right? You indicate the address. And it's good to note that that address can be generated on Cashwyre, or it can be an externally generated Cashwyre. So let's say your customer wants to buy cryptocurrency and send it to Binance or send it to Bybit. So with these endpoints, you can allow your customers buy the convert that their Naira and have the crypto assets sent externally to their Binance wallet in real time. Right. So the confirm quote is used to acknowledge the transaction. So when this is done, what does Cashwyre do? Cashwyre now generates an account, a bank account that the customer is expected to transfer the Naira to, or the local currency to, right? So the confirm endpoint returns the Naira account or the local currency account. It's important to note that this doesn't just work for Naira, it works for other currencies as well. So Cashwyre generates a Naira account, a local currency account, so that once the customer makes a transfer to that local currency account, when we receive that payment, all this happens in real time. When we receive that payment, Cashwyre will send you will now trigger a transfer to the crypto address that the customer indicated. And once that transaction is completed, Cashwyre sends you a webhook notification. We'll talk about the webhook notification at this point. But for the Onramp allows you to provide solutions that allow your customer convert local currency to cryptocurrency in real time. The next endpoint under the Onramp is the status. You can always make a call to this endpoint to confirm the status of the transaction. So you just supply the transaction reference, and Cashwyre would return the details of the transaction and the status as well, right? So yeah. So in addition, Cashwyre sends you can decide to query the status at interval to confirm the status of the transaction, or you rely on the webhook that Cashwyre sends, right? On the business portal, there's a section for webhook. Anyway, when we're talking about the webhook, we'll explain that in details. So yeah, that's for the Onramp. Okay, so for the crypto off-ramp, is the opposite of the Onramp. So what does the crypto off-ramp means? It means you can allow your customers convert cryptocurrency to local currency instantly. The crypto on-ramp allows you to convert local currency to cryptocurrency. The off-ramp allows you sell your cryptocurrency. You have cryptocurrency, you want to sell it, you want to convert that cryptocurrency to local currency instantly. Cashwyre off-ramp allows you to do that. And how does it work? First of all, you need to get the quote for the transaction, right? The customer indicates the crypto amount that he wants to convert, that he wants to convert, indicates the currency that he wants to convert to, and other basic details, right? The crypto assets, the network can be USDT, the crypto can be USDT, BTC, USDC, right? Other assets may be introduced in the future, but the network varies, can be Tron, it can be different networks. And to get the network, you can get the different supported networks on the get assets info endpoint. This endpoint returns the different crypto assets that Cashwyre supports, as well as their networks. Returns the crypto assets and their networks, right? So for USDC, for instance, these are the supported networks for USDC, the code, the name. CBSC, right? Also for USDT, these are the supported networks. So yeah, you supply the amount, you supply the currency you want to convert to, the assets, the network, your reference, your business code, your app ID, request ID, and feed type. By default, for the feed type, default it to receiver. You can leave it empty. Cashwyre will default it to the receiver. So once you make the quote, we return the information. We return the amount that the person will receive in Naira, in local currency, right? We return the amount that the person will receive in local currency. Right. So once the customer is okay with the transaction, you are expected to now trigger the call to confirm Onramp quotes. So this endpoint says, it makes us understand that, okay, your customer is okay with the transaction, the customer is ready to treat, right? So once you make a call to this endpoint, what does Cashwyre do? Cashwyre will now generate a crypto address for you, for your customer. So it returns a crypto address. So you're expected to display that crypto address, right, to your customer. So that once that sorry, let me repeat the off-ramp again. The crypto off-ramp. The crypto off-ramp is the opposite of the crypto on-ramp. The crypto off-ramp allows you to convert cryptocurrency to local currency instantly. You can convert crypto to Naira, Kenya shillings, Ghana cedis, South African rands, different currencies, right? That's what the crypto off-ramp does. And how does the endpoint work? The first thing you need to do is to make a call to get the quote. So in the quotes, you indicate the amount of cryptocurrency that you want to convert, right? What Cashwyre does is Cashwyre will now return the amount in local currency that the person would receive, right? So if you're converting to Kenya shillings, it means in the currency you supply KES as this currency, right? So if you convert it to other currencies, you need to indicate that, and you need to indicate the country, right? The crypto asset is supplied. The crypto asset, it can be Bitcoin, it can be USD coin, it can be USDC. And to get the crypto assets, this endpoint allows you to that, get asset info. This get asset info returns the different crypto assets that Cashwyre supports, as well as the networks, right? You can see for Bitcoin, for USDC, it returns the crypto assets and the supported networks, right? You can see the asset type, USDC, right? And the supported networks. The same thing with USDT. It returns the crypto assets, right? And the supported networks. So one endpoint returning both the crypto assets and supported networks. So you don't need to be making a call or every time. Okay, yeah. So once you've gotten the quotes, right, you now need to make a call to confirm the transaction. And upon confirming the transaction, you are expected to supply the bank account that the payment should be made to. Like we said, off-ramp allows you to convert cryptocurrency to local currency instantly, right? Your customer is in South Africa. He has crypto, he has Bitcoin, or he has stable coins, right? This endpoint will allow you to convert that Bitcoin to South African rands instantly. So when you're making a call to the confirm off-ramp quote, you need to indicate the bank account details that the payment should be made to. So once you indicate that, we now generate Cashwyre in the response returns the crypto address for you, where the customer. So the crypto can sit in Binance wallet, or it can sit on your app, can sit anywhere. So the customer is now expected to make a transfer to this crypto address. So that means you need to set this crypto address for your customer. So once that is the payment is received, once the customer initiates the transfer and Cashwyre receives the payment, Cashwyre would automatically trigger a transfer to the bank account that you have provided instantly. And when the transaction is concluded, Cashwyre will send you a webhook notification saying, oh, this transfer has been successfully concluded, right? It sends you a webhook request. We'll talk about the webhook at the point. Alternatively, you can decide to make a call to the status endpoint, to confirm the status of the transaction. Yeah, so that's the summary of the crypto on-ramp and the crypto off-ramp. On-ramp allows you to convert local currency to cryptocurrency, and off-ramp cryptocurrency to local currency instantly. Okay, so for the crypto wallets, the crypto wallet endpoint allows you to create crypto addresses or crypto wallets for your customers. So it means you can provide solutions that will allow your customers to hold crypto, to send crypto, or to receive crypto, right? So you can issue crypto wallets to your customers so that whenever they want to receive payment from their customers or from their employers abroad, they share that crypto address that's been generated and tied to them. And then once payment is received, you'll get notified. So first off, you get, these are the supported crypto assets. We return the different crypto assets and their networks, right? Now to create a crypto address for your customer, you just need to call the create crypto address endpoint. And this is the sample request. Just send us basic details about the customer, first name, last name, email, the asset you want to generate, the network you want to generate for, right? This is an optional field. You see, this is where we define we describe the properties, right? So indicate the amount, right? Yeah, and their ID and request ID. So once that is done, it's important to know that this amount is optional. If it's a Lightning payment, expected to provide, if it's a Bitcoin Lightning payment, expected to provide the amount, right? Or if it's an on-chain transaction, whether Bitcoin or stable coins, you don't need to specify the amount, right? So yeah, so once the call is made, Cashwyre generates the crypto address which you can now display to the customer, or you tie that crypto address to the customer at your end. So this endpoint is to create the address. Now, this other endpoint, which is the send crypto asset, is now to initiate a transfer. So you want to initiate a transfer to an external crypto wallet or crypto address. This endpoint allows you to do that. For this to happen, it means your crypto wallet must have funds. So you wouldn't be able to initiate this operation without your fund, without your wallet being funded. And I've shown you how you can fund your wallet. Fund your wallet is convert to crypto or swap to crypto, or you can fund your wallet directly. It's a cryptocurrency. And once the transfer is made, right, Cashwyre sends you a webhook notification that this transfer was successful or it failed. We'll talk about it when we get there. All right. Okay, the Cashwyre checkout and widget. This tool allows you to, as a business, to receive payments from your customers. As a developer, if you're a developer, this is not really, it doesn't require you doing any development, right? That's the beauty of it. You know, Cashwyre aims to target both technical persons, right? So if once you register business on Cashwyre, you automatically have access to a static pay link, call it Cashwyre pay link. Okay, let me just, okay, I'll repeat the checkout again. Okay, so the Cashwyre checkout or widget is a tool that allows you to integrate the Cashwyre checkout or widget on your website. So you don't need to be a developer to handle that. You don't need to be a technical person to be able to integrate Cashwyre checkout or widget. So there are snippets, generated snippets Cashwyre generates for you once you're registered business. Once you add that business, those snippets on your website. Okay, let's go there. Once you go to your Cashwyre business portal, to the collections, you see the checkout widget, click on it, get started. Yeah. So you see this is a guide, a step-by-step guide on how to embed the Cashwyre checkout or Cashwyre widget on your website. So this is a sample. This is how the snippet looks like. The code is automatically generated. So all you need to do is to copy this code and then go add on the website. But it's important to note that this public key must be, you would need to supply the value of the public key, right? How do you do that? Just go to your business portal again, go to the developer section, go to the API key section, you see the public key. Just copy the public key and then replace it with what you have here. Replace it with what you have here and you're good to go. So once that has been replaced, copy this entire snippet and go add it on your header section of your website. Right. Once that has been done, go add it on your header section, on the header section of your website and save. So this snippet, once it's been added, you see, once you refresh your page, the Cashwyre widget will be shown on your website. How does it come up? You see this. This is an example. Asset. This is an example of the Cashwyre widget. So it just shows like this on your website. So with the Cashwyre widget, you can receive donations or contributions on your website without doing any form of technical work. So once your customers click on it, a dialog comes up that now displays the different options that they can pay you. So your customers can decide to tip you in Bitcoin, they can decide to tip you in local currency, they can decide to tip you in stable coins, right? So once they supply, they just provide their email, because you want to know who is tipping. It's optional. The person can decide to provide anything. So yeah, so it now displays the different options your customers can tip you on your website. Again, you don't need to do any technical development at all. So the customer can tip you in by transfer, or it can tip you by stable coins. So if it's transfer, indicates the amount he wants to pay you, and then what does Cashwyre do? Cashwyre generates a dynamic account if it's local currency, or generates a crypto address if it's cryptocurrency. So once the customer makes a transfer to this account, right, your business wallet would be credited instantly on that for that transaction. Right. So yeah. So the customer is expected to make a transfer within 10 minutes. So with the Cashwyre widget, you can receive donations or contributions on your website. Now, let's briefly talk about the Cashwyre checkout. So let's assume you operate an e-commerce site, or you have a small business, you want to expand abroad, you want to target audience, your customers abroad. This way the Cashwyre checkout comes in, right? The checkout allows you to provide your customers multiple options that they can pay you with. So how does that work? Let's do a quick demonstration of the Cashwyre checkout. Let's quickly do that. One sec. Okay. So just quickly do a demonstration of the Cashwyre checkout. You provide an e-commerce, you have an e-commerce website. You want your users to be able to pay you through multiple options. So this is it. This is a sample demonstration. I want to pay 1,000 Naira, for instance. Again, Cashwyre generates you notice if supply an email. So what does Cashwyre do? Let's say the amount of the item that the customer is expected to pay is 10,000 Naira or 1,000 Naira. So once you embed the snippets on your website, right? And yeah, let's just do the demonstration. I want to pay using Lightning. You see, what Cashwyre does, it converts the local currency amount to cryptocurrency. So if the customer is paying in crypto, the crypto amount is shown. If the customer is paying in Naira amount is shown, or the Ghana cedis amount. And you can decide to turn off or turn, you can decide to add other currencies, right? You can decide to, you have preference to control the currencies you want to accept payments in. You see, all these are the different currencies I want to accept payments in, right? I have Naira here, I have Ghana cedis here, I have the South African rand is turned off, but if it was enabled, the rand will be also available there, right? So you can easily turn on or turn off your payment options that you want to provide for your customers. So yeah, let me just do a quick transfer. I'm doing a live demonstration. How to pay with Naira. Let me pay with local currency. I don't want to part with my crypto. Okay, so I click on pay for Naira. So what Cashwyre is doing is an account. So I want to transfer to this account 6853 68. Okay, 637 Okay, 1020. Okay, I'm making a transfer. Good. I've done it. I've initiated the transfer. So I can decide to click here. I can decide to wait. Depends. So I've just clicked. I have paid. Good. See that the transaction has been successfully completed. Once I go to my my transactions, see this is the transaction that was just concluded. So it shows the transaction on my portal, on my business portal. And once I go to my Naira wallet, I'll be able to see that, right? So with the Cashwyre checkout or Cashwyre widget, you can accept payments from your customers on your business without doing any form of coding. Right? You can scale your business globally, right? Scale your business globally without being technical at all. Right. Okay. Now let's get back. Yeah. Virtual card. Cashwyre API, one of the major services Cashwyre provides is provide a Cashwyre virtual dollar card. So with a card, your customers can shop globally. So you can build solutions that automatically creates a virtual card and provides virtual services to your customers. So to interact with this, you need to call to create a card. And to create a card is very, very simple. It's very, very simple. So just make a call to the create card endpoint. This create card endpoint requires you to supply basic information about the customer you want to create the card for. First name, last name, email, phone number, phone code, phone number, date of birth, home address, number, and then the address. Card name. The card name can also be the name of the customer. You can concatenate, you can join the first name, last name, or in case your customers want specific names, you can find the field where type in the name of the card. Or if you don't want to give them that much input, just leave this field out on the form, and then use the card for his first name and last name, the card name. The card type is virtual card, so this remains a constant. The card brand is Visa, and then the amount. You need to provide the amount that should be funded on the card. Upon creating the card, payments must be funded, or there must be funds that will be added to the card. So here you need to indicate the amount that should be topped up, right? And what it means is your business wallet must be funded. Your dollar wallet must be funded before this operation will work, right? So you can decide to fund in real time by making a call to this get balance, which returns the wallet balance and the funding option, right? So in that case, you can decide to supply USD, right, as your wallet, because card operations happens from your USD balance, and set to supply USD, and then for the network, you supply whatever network that you want to, or you want the payments happening. It can be Tron, it can be BSC, different networks. So once that happens, Cashwyre returns an account, a crypto address for you. So you can make a transfer to this address in real time. And once payment is received, right, Cashwyre notifies you via webhook that payment has been received. After which you can now trigger the operation for card creation. Because for this operation to work, there must be funds in the card. Right. So once that endpoint is called, Cashwyre acknowledges that transaction. Note that the card is not created in real time; it's an asynchronous operation. So Cashwyre acknowledges that transaction, right? And then in less than 2 minutes, 1 minute to 2 minutes, Cashwyre generates the card and then sends you a webhook request that the card has been generated. This is the webhook request Cashwyre sends you. Create card webhook, right? Sends a webhook request that the card has been successfully created. At this point, it returns the details about the card, all the information about the card, the billing details, the card name, the validity details, and all that. The Cashwyre returns that to you, that the card has been created. So if you don't want to use the API, you can directly do this operation on the business portal. Again, all the things you can perform on the API, you can also do them on the business portal. So yeah, so once the card has been created, you can get the card details. This endpoint gets card, just returns the card information, right? So you just apply the card code, and this card code is returned alongside the webhook request that is sent, right? So once you make a call, Cashwyre returns the card details information. The get card info endpoint returns both the card details and the card transactions, right? Returns the card details and the card transactions. So these are the card transactions that has happened on the card, and it also returns the card details in one call, so that you don't need to make multiple calls, right? So the get cards endpoint returns all the cards that you have generated for a particular customer. So it returns all the cards for a customer. Card top-up, this endpoint is used to add funds to the card. Right? The card is depleted, your customer wants to add funds. Needs to make a call to the card top-up to add additional funds to the card. So you indicate the amount that should be funded is between, the minimum amount is $5. Maximum amount is maximum amount for card is $2,500. That's the maximum amount that can be done per transaction, right? So the minimum amount is $5 you can fund or you can top up. The maximum amount is $2,500 per transaction. And for the fees, there are fees for card operations. To create a card, there's a one-time fee of $3, right? This information will be also indicated on the documentation. There's a one-time fee of $3 for card creation, right? And for card top-up, there's a fee of $1.5 for card top-up, for an amount between $5 to $200. For anything above that is a 1.3% fee. Now, if you want to do a card withdrawal, there's no fee for card. All right. So again, the fees are $3 flat fee, one-time fee for card creation, $1.5 fee for card top-up between $5 to $200. But anything above $200 is a 1.3% fee. And for card withdrawal, there are no fees. Okay, so the card transactions, this endpoint allows you return it helps you get the transactions on a card. Okay. Okay, so the get banks, this endpoint just returns the banks in a country. So let's say you want to implement let's say your app has to do with transfers, right? Banks is one of the endpoints that is very crucial for you, right? So you must get the banks from Cashwyre. You can decide to seed the banks on your database, so you don't need to be making a call to Cashwyre every time. And you can decide to implement a schedule whereby every month just to resync the bank list on your DB. The different banks that Cashwyre can process transactions to. Okay. So you just apply the base URL, which is shown on top, and then this is the resource. Okay. Now for identity, account lookup, I will start with the account lookup. Account lookup is to look up an account, right? This endpoint helps you get the account name for an account. So it's a better experience whereby the account and now just make a call to this endpoint to return the account name, right? Cashwyre just returns the name of the account for you. NIN lookup, and it's important to know that the account lookup is free. There's no charge for it. NIN lookup, there's a charge of, there's a flat fee of 60 naira, 70 naira for this operation, right? So yeah, so once you look up an NIN, once you provide the NIN, Cashwyre returns the details of that NIN, does the details of the NIN. So this can be used to verify to validate that this customer is real, right? Okay. Yeah, the payout endpoints or payout APIs, as the name implies, the endpoint allows you to initiate transfers, instant transfers to supported countries, right? It's very straightforward. Just provide the account details that you want to transfer to, indicate the amount, right? And then Cashwyre takes care of the rest. So Cashwyre initiates the transfer, and once the transfer has been initiated, Cashwyre sends you a webhook notification of the status of the transaction, successful or failed. See, this is the payout webhook. So payout or success is for success, or failed it's also payout or failed. You will see the different webhooks, webhook events here. They are thoroughly fully written here, right? So the payout is used to initiate transfers. Okay, and the payout status at interval, you can decide to be querying the system. You know, one thing Cashwyre does is we provide you optionality so that you can decide, do you want to rely on the webhook that we send, or do you want to query at interval to get the status of the transaction, right? So yeah, the payout status helps you get the status of the transaction and query it at any point in time to get the status of the transaction. Right. So with the payout APIs, you can build a transfer, a payment solution, a transfer app for your customers. You can automate transfers or payouts for other businesses using this API. Okay, the utility bill or bills payments APIs. This API just allows you to provide bills payment solutions for your customers. Several businesses are leveraging Cashwyre APIs for the bills payments, especially for cable TV, airtime, electricity, data. Right? So this allows you to perform that in real time. So yeah, so you get cable TV, gets cable TV info, returns the different cable TV, the different providers, right? Which is DSTV, StarTime, and GoTV, right? At the moment. So so once we return that, and we return the different provider, the different plans for each of the providers, right? So when your customer makes payment, you get the value in real time, right? So this to get the cable TV, the supported the cable TV info, and then if you want to now, if your customers want to now initiate the transfer, okay, this endpoint verify customer is used to verify the identity, customer ID, or it's called IUC number or smart card number. So once you provide the smart card number, Cashwyre returns the details on the card, right? And then when you want to make the payments, make the call to buy cable TV, this this endpoint is now used to make the purchase, right? So the same applies to the airtime data. Get data info, it returns the different data providers, and um, also the plan. Same thing with the airtime and then the electricity. Okay, so let's go to the webhook. We said Cashwyre is totally API driven and we rely heavily on an event driven solution. We rely heavily on the webhooks, and we also give options for you to query each of the endpoints to confirm status at any point in time. So for the webhook, there are different webhook events that Cashwyre implements, right? So these are the different webhooks, and each of these webhooks, there's a section on the business portal where you need to indicate, you need to tell us what's API or what endpoint at your end we should call to notify you on certain operations, right? So you just go to the developer section. Once you get to the developer section, you see the webhook URLs, right? So yeah, so there are different webhooks, right? So you just indicate where you just provide the details of the webhooks, and then Cashwyre takes care of that for you. So for any operation that happens, Cashwyre will make a call to that endpoint that you've provided the details, so you could take some business decisions at your end. So there's a webhook for payouts, there's a webhook for whenever a crypto asset is received, whether Bitcoin or Ethereum or Lightning or stablecoin, then the webhook events, right, that the payment has been received. Also, when there's a send transaction, when there's a crypto transfer, right, Cashwyre notifies you on the via the webhook events that this transfer was successful or that it's failed. The same applies to virtual cards. We provide webhook events for virtual card services for KYC, virtual card KYC verification. The card is successfully created. So this contains the description of each of the webhook events that we send, right? So when a crypto asset is received, whether it's Bitcoin or stablecoins, Cashwyre sends you a webhook event that the payment has been received. So once a payment, let's assume your customers receive payment from their employers account. When that payment comes into the wallet, into the address, Cashwyre will notify you via webhook that so wallet has been funded, right? And now that fund now goes to your business wallet. So if it's BTC that was received, it goes to your BTC. If it's USDT or USDC that was received, it goes to your USD wallet. If it's local currency that was received, it goes to your local currency wallet. Or send a webhook event so that you can send customers to customer or notify your oh, so amount has been received. Same applies to user KYC, send, create card. Yeah, so these are the different webhook events that we send, right? Cashwyre also sends webhook events for Onramp, crypto Onramp, and crypto Offramp. The same thing applies to checkouts or pay link, like we demonstrated the other time. Once a payment is received, so let's assume you for technical presence, you want whenever a payment is received whenever a payment is received from your customers, right, using the Cashwyre checkout or widget or the pay link, you want to be able to send a notification to your customers or the merchants you manage as payment has been received. With the webhook, with the pay link or plugin webhook events, you can now notify your customers, oh, so amount has been received, right? Let me come again with this. Let's assume you have merchants that you integrated, right? Let's assume their own customers pays the business. We send you a webhook event that so amount has come in. So you can now send a customized message to the merchants that you manage that, oh, this amount has been received, right? If you don't want to implement the webhook events, that's fine. The customers on their business portal, they get notification that, oh, they see the transaction logs. We don't send emails to your customers directly, no. they see the transaction logs that, oh, so payment came in, and they can now decide to, they can now decide. So on the transaction section, they have full details of the transactions that has come in. This was the last transaction, the last demonstration I did, right? So the same thing can happen with other assets. Okay. Yeah, I think that is it. And lastly, we'll talk about some sample projects that you can build. You can build a lot of things with the Cashwyre APIs. You can build a whole lot of things. So we'll just streamline, just give you some ideas of the kind of apps that you can build. So if you're interested in payments and transfer apps, and build cross-border payments, you can build a P2P money transfer app, you can build a payout automation service. So these are just some sample projects or solutions you can provide for your customers for the crypto infrastructure or crypto-related products. And build a crypto Onramp or crypto Offramp product. You can build a product that accepts crypto payments for goods and services. This is where the Cashwyre checkout and widget comes in, right? Or you want to build an app for them. You can decide to build an app for yourself for crypto payments. Receive crypto, send crypto, save crypto, crypto-related products, right? You can build wallets for storing, sending, and receiving Bitcoin and stablecoins, exactly, right? You can also enable checkout experience that pay in crypto but settle in fiat. All these are available through the Cashwyre. Yes. So you can build card-related products, virtual card payment platforms. It can be multi-currency spending apps. There's a business that is doing something interesting with the Cashwyre APIs. They branded it Solana cards. And what do they do? What does it do? The brand is Solana cards. What does it do? Their customers want to create a card, a Solana card, right? What they do is they fund they generate an address. As they make a call, how do they use the solution? Let me walk us through. What they do is this. Their customers have crypto, Solana, or USDT or Solana networks, right? And they want to create a Solana card. They use the Cashwyre API to generate a crypto address, right? By making a call to the get balance endpoint. They display crypto address to the customer. Now the customer initiates a transfer, a crypto transfer, Solana stablecoin or Solana network crypto transfer to the business, to the wallet to the address that was generated. Right. So when that payment is received, Cashwyre sends them a notification that this payment has been received on this address. And now they trigger a call to create a card for the customer. Right. So this way they are giving the customer Solana card. They're selling a Solana card. They're also selling a Bitcoin card. The same stack. Right. So the Cashwyre APIs allows you that flexibility to come up with interesting products. Right. So yeah, I think that brings us to the end of the session. Yeah, please feel free to reach out to us. Contact details will be on the video. Feel free to reach out to us in case you need a one-on-one session with us, and we're very available to have that with you. Thank you once again, and enjoy coding with Cashwyre. Build solutions. Just build with Cashwyre APIs. Right. Thank you, and let's enjoy the rest of our day. Right. Bye for now. Bye.